Kieran Culkin and Bill Burr spotted in Saturday Night Live audience during Jack Black Monologue. Kieran Culkin and Bill Burr went straight from Broadway to Studio 8H. Hours after unleashing hundreds of expletives on a crowd at the Palace Theater. The former Saturday Night Live hosts were back in the building of the late-night comedy show. The actors, currently starring in a revival of Glengarry Glen Ross, were spotted in the crowd of SNL when host Jack Black went into the audience during his monologue song. "I bet this guy did not know he'd be on TV," Black sang, approaching a random audience member mid-song. He then danced across another row of audience members, which featured Burr, Culkin and Culkin's wife Jazz Charton. "If you wanna rock and roll, you best be following me." Black then stopped before the threesome, wiggling in front of them before gesturing behind the audience for a surprise. "Ladies and gentlemen, a marching band." Burr, Culkin and Charton could all be seen laughing throughout the segment, and whipping around to look at the marching band with the rest of the crowd. Noticeably absent from the Glengarry Glen Ross party was Bob Odenkirk, who stars in the play alongside Culkin and Burr and has his own ties to Studio 8H. The Better Call Saul alum was an SNL writer from 1987 to 1991, working alongside contemporaries like Conan O'Brien and Robert Smigel, and with performers including Mike Myers, Tim Meadows, Adam Sandler, Chris Rock and Chris Farley. While Odenkirk has occasionally spoken fondly of his SNL experience, he's also acknowledged he has some youthful regrets, once telling People that he was such a prick back then. He explained, "I wish I wasn't such a stuck-up young man. I wish I was a sweeter fellow because I had a great opportunity there. I made the most of it. I learned a lot about comedy writing, and I made some great friends for life at that show. But I still wish I just handled it better. But don't you always wish that about your young self?" Culkin made his first SNL appearance at only 9 years old, showing up in a series of sketches when his brother Macaulay hosted in November 1991. Kieran returned to host himself in 2021. Burr made his hosting debut in 2020 and most recently returned last November for the 6th episode of SNL's landmark 50th season. See Burr and Culkin around the 3-minute mark in the video above.